Yo, what I do, man? It's your boy Isiah reacts back with another reaction video, man. And this is the part two of the Kai Cenat life. Kai Cenat goes on the shopping with Lebron James stage, man. Jump into it.
Okay, listen, I've had the great fortune to be around some very famous people.
W Lebron.
This next cat I'm gonna call out might be the most famous person I've ever been around. Give it up for Kai Cenat.
W, man.
Oh shit, I have a big impact on the world, on people.
Well, when we were kids, obviously, I had three older sisters that were probably my biggest sporting inspirations, and they were all great athletes, but I saw what they did for our family. And for me to be at the ball field,
Wemby too?
my entire life growing up,
Wembenyama.
women's softball games and
I like
women's
Wemby.
soccer games, and I was like, that was my entire life. So it was early age for all of us, and then the fact that we got to move on to a professional level, and then to have my kids, you know, be a part of all these incredible moments that I had, but then to experience it with you guys, I mean, look at what sports is doing for us right now. We're coming from all over the world.
Sure.
Fans of lots of different teams, but we're all in this room together to share like a really unique moment. This is a unique moment in my life. You don't see many of these rooms full of people with this much excitement, so it's an amazing impact.
Sport is such a great way to escape life, man. It's such a great way to escape things that you have in life, problems or what. Because when you play sports, you're not thinking about your problems, you're thinking about the sport. That's why I like sport too, man.
Personally,
I like to
from the
play
inside
sport.
out, but also from the outside in. And I think the important part is for us always to, you know, hold sports at a high standard, and always, you know, as athletes, I always felt it was a responsibility to show up every day and give you guys everything I had. And I know LeBron does that. I'm sure Victor is doing that because you guys are the reasons why we show up every day and play our ass off.
Well, we've been doing this a long fucking time. We've been all over the world, from China to all over the place, all over the world. Does it ever cease to be what sports can do and bring people together like this and people getting excited? And is that why you still play and love it?
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, we've been all over the world, man.
Like, wearing shoes with no socks is crazy though.
You know, I fell in love with the game because of what it did me and my friends and what it brought us together.
It's like,
On the street, you know,
call me Braden.
so to be able to take the game along and continue to inspire you guys and continue to inspire people all over the world, it's the most ultimate thing I could ever do, and I'm always forever and always forever grateful.
Wait, guys, we all want to know this answer. I don't even, people ask me this question all the time, and I say, I don't know. How much longer, bro?
2 years, 2 years, Lebron, 2 years. Two years more.
I can't play that much further, and the more time that I play, as long as he keeps smacking my fucking shots and putting me to the stage, he's gonna make me retire. So
That is all.
You gotta keep going because like he's worked so hard to get to this point. Now just take out of reach. I can't even do that.
And for you, obviously sports has brought you to a whole other country. Obviously you played around the world. I remember you guys speaking dollars. I thought you were going to win that game. You guys really, that was scary watching that game. Unbelievable, one of the best games I've seen. But what is it for you? What does it feel like for you to be in a whole other country playing the sport that you love, living in the city, traveling around America? What does that feel like? Are you loving it? And is it what you expected?
Yeah, it's what I expected more. Coming from Europe, basketball first does leagues here, and it's the best country here to be an athlete by far. Obviously, inspired me with the family, and my life is different from even all the tough American prospects. But hey, I mean, I got this life. I mean, I'm so happy, and I know it's a sacrifice to be away from the family. You know,
Hey, Kai, I'm a little offended that I'm talk about greatness. No one's asking you anything about that.
No, I was just with Kai. This is gonna sound really crazy. We were together 2 days ago, 3 days ago in Cannes, and we were doing something together. He came to the back and he was like talking to me. It's cool, of course.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Maverick, forget all that. I'm with LeBron James! I'm with LeBron James! Hey!
Kai is just such a real person, man. He's so
Hold on.
so funny,
I
bro.
tried
You
to
read
hold it in, chat.
nigga.
I tried to hold it in, but hey, I'm not about to act like I'm not next to Tom Brady, LeBron James, Maverick, and Wemby. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know how I'm here right. I don't even know what's going on right now. It's like, yo, make some noise, y'all. No cat.
No, you're Kai. Nah.
Oh, yo, yeah, hold on. So, y'all know I'm from New York. Yo, yeah. Best city in the world, you are. New York City. The Bronx in the building. Brooklyn in the building. Queens in the building. Staten Island in the building. Manhattan in the building.
W Kai, man. W Kai.
Ron, you've faced around in the industry. We've had a bunch of people in the industry. I think I know the answer to this. Does this get old to you? Do you pinch yourself that you're on stage with some of the greatest to ever do it?
Hell no. I just told you, I don't even know how I'm here. Like, it's like sometimes you just gotta glaze. Like, I feel like, it's just like y'all got like a nice, like, aura to y'all. Like damn, like, I feel amazing. I'm just glad to be here. Like, I'm really in the barbershop with the GOATs right now, y'all. Like, I'm glazing. I don't care, though. I don't care. Look, huh?
Are we in the street right now?
Yeah, we on the street. Wait, hold on. Where my cameraman at? Yeah, we on the street. Yo, chat right there. Yup.
That street is so big, my mom was watching that street.
By the way, we were in the back. Tom was there, Ron was there, Monty was there.
Love you, Kai. Never Kai is so funny too, man.
Swarm came, and it almost felt unsafe. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, oh, Kai's here. All right,
A lot of different people would have said only 2 words, but Kai is have so much energy and is not scared to show his real personality. That's why he's the farthest in the world right now, man. That's why he's getting in fight with type some of type like this, man. Like, bro.
Just let you know,
Yeah, man.
how do you realize, when did you realize, Kai, that it wasn't just you in front of your camera or computer screen talking to friends? When did you realize you had a real impact and it was a much bigger thing?
Gonna be honest, a riot happened like 3 years ago, 2023, downtown. So let me get into it. You know, try to do a giveaway. You know, I thought 100 people was gonna show up. Ended up being 10,000. It was crazy. Like, that's when I knew, like, damn, like, I gotta start taking things more serious. I gotta influence. I gotta start being careful with the things I do. So, and I'm just glad to build the relationship that I got with my chat because, like, without them, like, I'm nothing for real. Like, you know, so like they know everything about me. Like we have these memories that I go through. This is gonna be a core memory right here, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. God is good. I'm grateful.
You've had, I'm sorry, yeah, I was just saying, that's in that perspective too for all of us, because in so many ways we still feel like the same way, right?
I heard them good, man.
Even though I'm almost 50 years old, I still remember the first moment where it felt big to me too. And I think that perspective for all
all of us keeps you so grounded. Like you meet people, and I think for me now, when I meet all these young NFL players, what I'm gonna do is try to help them be the best they can be. Because when I was a young player, all the older guys just try to help me be the best I can be. Right? So much of life is when you achieve what you want to achieve, and how do you help other people achieve what they want to achieve. And I think the world changes, you know, like how what he's doing and the impact he has. Well, he's impacted the world in a great way too. So life continues to change and evolve, and you learn from the people that are older from you, and eventually you start learning from the people younger than you too, which is an amazing part. They see the journey they're on, how they're doing, and that continues to inspire you to be better. So it's amazing for me to get here with you, with your following.
I hear, but cannot understand it correctly. Yeah, hello audio, the chat.
Yes, Tom. Thank you, bro.
Tom, one quick question before I come to you with me. How have my Giant fans been treating you after the 10 years? Terrible. How are you? You have any sons? See what I got to look to you? And he was like, look, I had to make sure I beat him in the games. You know, that's some right over him. He beat you in the big games, so, you know, it's okay. I'm going to go to a lot. My son lives here, but you guys keep talking on your shit. One thing I've had an up-close seat is to, you know, over the years, LeBron's off-season regimen and how seriously he takes it and how he's always challenging himself to be greater and do new things, incorporate new things. You've had somewhat of an interesting summer, a non-traditional summer that hit the net recently. Talk to us about what you've been up to this off-season.
A lot. I've been around the world.
Wait, the audio is so
Practicing with the moms, you know, trying to put my body in different things that I haven't done before.
When you can't just casually drop, practicing at the monks. Talk to us about what
Yeah, like.
Are you allowed to talk about it?
What's that?
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Of course I am. It was a great experience. You know what? My goal over there was putting my body in things I used to do, you know, and allowing it to widen my range of movements, the strength. And this was probably as different as possible from what I'm used to doing, you know. So cook food every day, you know. No, it was like a vegan temple, monastery. You heard that, right? Of course. And Wu-Tang.
look like Kai cameraman fix the audio. Yes, I cannot understand a word.
Let me ask you, like, what you eat for like breakfast?
He must have lost like they couldn't feed you enough over there.
So the temple is vegan, so there's no meat in there. So like breakfast 5 a.m. was like boiled zucchinis and rice noodles. So I had to get out of the temple, so I make sure I lose weight and actually eat some real food. But it was tough. It was an experience.
Anything to get smaller, like
It might work for you, but not for me.
Damn, nah, baby. Why you doing Kai like that? Nah, baby, why you doing Kai like that? No.
But not for me.
No.
You're not ready to shave those dreads.
Oh yeah, you're not really here like that. Everybody has to shave their hair off, right?
Yes, it's the first thing we did literally, and it's about like Buddhism, and I'm pretty sure I'm Buddhist now. I mean, they made me say some things in Chinese. I'm not sure what it was. It was definitely worth it.
I want to ask anything, did you? I want to ask a follow-up to both Tom and LeBron. We know about your greatness. We know about championships, Super Bowls. You know, you guys are at the top. You're on anyone's Mount Rushmore. How important? You're on their Mount Rushmore, for sure. How important a role did off-season play in your careers? Your off-seasons.
I think the offseason builds towards those championships. It builds to the accomplishments that you want to have throughout the course of the season. You know, I never want to put myself in a position where I came into a season unprepared. You know, so I've always used the off-season to critique my game more than anybody. You know, there's not a coach, there's not an analyst, there's not anybody in the world that can, critique my game or critique the way I want to prepare better than myself. So You know, the off season is all about like retooling, being uncomfortable, like we were talking about. You know, that was the most uncomfortable state you've ever been in. You know, and that's good. That's great for you. You know, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. So, you know, the off season when I've won the 4 championships and I've had you know memorable seasons, whatever the case may be, and even when I've lost in championships, you know, that doesn't mean that I wasn't prepared. You know, I was always prepared, and I think it's sort of off season.
Let me know what you think. But off-season for me is when you're separate from the others. You know, when all the workers and others, it's your chance to do things others don't. The work others don't put in.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you know when you're during the season, obviously you're around your guys. You guys are building towards one common goal, and that's to ultimately host the Lombardi Trophy or the Larry O'Brien Trophy. That is the goal. You know, but the off seasons where you get an opportunity to actually do more, like looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing ways that you can be better. You know, your teammates ain't with you that much in the off season. You know, you will be with them at some points throughout the off season, and you guys running routes and working on timing, or you guys getting in the gym, you guys are working on things. But most of the time, obviously it's been with family, but also for yourself. Like you have to design yourself to how I am going to be great. Put yourself in the most simulated. The most simulated moments possible, so when those moments come during the season, postseason, games, there's big games, 3 and 4 nights. These guys play on Sunday and then have to play again on a Thursday. That type of shit that you have to be able to prepare yourself in the off season for those moments.
I think it's so interesting for for a long time. I ended up playing 23 seasons, but when I was in college too, it was different than LeBron. I think LeBron in a lot of ways had a lot tougher path, for me, because there was always such high expectations for you all the time. Since high school, and I always admired that he held himself to such a high standard, because the standard was already so high. There was a lot of times in my career people didn't expect much of me, so I had to kind of fight a different way. And what I realized for me was I had that off season. For me, I made it almost feel like it was. When I was at Michigan, for example, I'm in the off season. I made it feel like I was playing Ohio State. I really did. I had to train that way. And then when I got to the pros, in the off season, I would go through workouts with my receivers, and we made sure the ball didn't hit the ground. So if I was throwing passes to Randy or Julian or Wes or Gronk or whoever it was, if the ball hit the ground, we had a problem. And there was almost a level of intensity, because the only way to deal with the stress in the moment, I can imagine, being at the free throw line, make 2 free throws to win the game or send it to overtime. And for a quarterback, it's always like that 2-minute drill. So you practice that 2-minute drill like it really meant something, because you didn't want to wait for that big moment to deal with the emotions of the big moment. I always felt like I needed to deal with those emotions all the time. I didn't make every moment a big moment. So during the season, it was super important to practice hard and practice well, because I needed all those guys that I got in the huddle with to deal with, man, this is big, Cody's gonna yell at me, this is gonna happen. I needed them, to push him outside, like LeBron said, being uncomfortable with, that being comfortable with the uncomfortable. I had to make people feel uncomfortable. I had to make myself feel uncomfortable. You don't want to have to wait till the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl to be uncomfortable. That's the moment you need to be comfortable. So if you put yourself in that moment, kind of in a way, predating that, then you gave yourself a huge advantage. I think when I got in those big moments, I felt comfortable, because all season long it was always about, when we get there, we can't fail.
All right, this motherfucker ready to put on the helmet again.
Yeah, man, talk a lot of facts, bro. That's why when you listen to great players,
Hey, Kai, we're talking about preparation. You played in a couple of celebrity basketball. What's your preparation been for your celebrity? Oh, yeah.
he's so ass.
You gotta be Drewski. I ain't too hard.
Before the big basketball game, I get in that gym with my boy Chris Brickley, I put some shots. With Chris, I make sure, I get my rest, because I try to make sure if I have a game the next day, my check not gonna get no streams the day before. Check, I'm always can't stream. I gotta lock in, I gotta stay focused. I gotta get my rest in, I gotta put my shots up. And all the time, I get a comparison so much. Kai, you play like Braun, you play like Curry, you play like...
What?
I know it's before I walk in that tunnel and I see supporters out there, I
man is capping like
If I'm
crazy.
on that sideline, I'm dropping 40 now. If I'm on that sideline, I'm dropping 40. So, but that's how you got. That's how you got. You gotta make sure you stay focused and stay locked in.
Kai, one of the things I love about you already is I know you're funny, you have fun, but you take shit serious. And when we were together, you were talking about your university, the Streamer University. So where did that feeling of responsibility and helping others, making sure you look after people, where did that come from? And what made you develop the university? Tell us about it.
So I got inspired to do Streamer University by watching Harry Potter. I was watching it, and I was like, man, this would be cool to do in real life. And I looked at it in a deeper moment and said, damn, I'm at the point where it's kind of like where the platform I stream on is like I'm my own platform itself. So I can help somebody that's in the same lane as me that might be smaller and give them a chance to shine light. Because I feel like there's a lot of talented content creators or anybody who ain't here that do content that know how hard streaming really is. But I feel like the talent sometimes, like, if it's in front of the right people, it's gonna go crazy. And Streamer University was a time to bring big creators and small creators, put them in the same world under a college simulation, and get them to like learn different things on how to stream better or how to budget their money and do smarter things while they're trying to become the best creator that they are. And what made me happy is helping them. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, just helping somebody else out feels good. It feels great. So it's like, why not? And I just loved how that concept did work out and it did do good. So.
Hey Kai, I don't know if you realize you actually do have something in common with LeBron. You're both sending people to the University of Akron to get an education, as you are through your LRMR Foundation.
Yeah.
You are.
That's funny that you say that because I want to stop by that school. I gotta go visit. I wanna go like stop by that school and say what's up to them.
Always welcome, always welcome.
For sure.
Victor, in the NBA, have you found other players, older players, being very helpful to you as you've taken this journey to becoming an NBA player?
Yeah, more and more. You know, last time I saw Ron, I told him I had some questions for him. I have a note on my phone, you know, with questions I had to ask you guys. KD, Ron. I had the chance to talk to Jokic for like 45 minutes at All-Star, so and I'm taking notes. Like when I post something, I don't forget it, and it's super precious for sure.
You have any questions for Kai? Is Kai on that list?
Yeah.
I gotta hear what Jokic did about my T game.
What?
Really?
I cannot play basketball, man.
Let me see that notebook.
I want to see that. Exactly. Tom, you still get calls from quarterbacks in the league now? You still
For sure.
Yeah, all the time. Coaches, owners, general managers, quarterbacks, receivers. So yeah, I feel like I have a great relationship with everybody. And again, it's like, how do we keep elevating sport? And you obviously feel that way about basketball, and you're trying to help streamers. And you know, I want to continue to see football get better and better. And I think good thing about being on TV, I get to broadcast the games on Sunday, is like, I get a great voice when I don't see it being done the right way. You know, and the guys not playing the right way, and coaches not calling the right things. And it's a fun thing to be able to do, because I think we all want to see everything continue to get better and deliver the product of football, the games getting better, the better decision making, and guys playing longer, less injuries. And I just think if you can do that, it'll continue to get better and better.
I love that.
Sure.
Tom, any advice you could give, you know, to a young man at the beginning of his journey, right? You having maybe the most successful career we've ever seen in football and in sports. Any advice that you wish someone had given you at this stage of your career, Victor?
I feel like I'm, pretty bad at like advice, because everyone's gonna find their own path, and in the end, I did what I felt was right for me. But my journey was different. I had to take some different paths. Like how I took care of my body was a lot different than how a lot of other guys had to take care of their body. Basketball is a totally different thing than football. You know, like I had. Matt mentioned me being a quarterback at one point. Now I'm a lot thinner now because I used to take a lot of hits. So like I had to actually get thick for like the pounding of football, because I had Aaron Donald chasing me. I'm not gonna run away from him. Hey yo, that shit hurts.
You get thick.
Hey, what do you think I said?
I think you said thick.
I thought you said I had to get fixed. I'm like,
No, I got hit.
Yeah, yo.
Say hit.
Let me ask you this, Tom. I'm going to make an example up. Any advice for someone that maybe he's contemplating retirement, that's playing, let's say, I don't know, like 22 seasons in the sport, hypothetical, say about any advice for someone that may be in that space?
No, I could imagine because, look, I went through in many ways what he's gone through, and I think the challenge probably is less physical for him than it is probably mental and emotional. And he's got a lot of other things tearing at him, and there's business things with his children, and now that Bronny's playing, and Bryce is getting older, and he wants to be there for his family, and there's a lot of family demands. And I think the challenge of getting older as an athlete is like, for all of us, everyone here is working, and your work is really important, but so are other parts of your life too. And then you have to make a choice as an athlete, because you don't get to determine when the games are when you're a player. You got to show up and play when they tell you to play. So you miss weddings, you miss birthdays, you miss Christmases, you miss Thanksgivings, and there gets a point where you're like, okay, I just don't want to give that up anymore. To have a little bit more flexibility in your life, and I think that's what weighs on you a little bit. But there's nobody in my mind that's navigated it as good as what LeBron has. What he's done in basketball in this age, with all the pressure and intensity that's been on him, and Olympics, and the different teams that he's been on, and he's always done things the right way. He's always risen above all the noise and the BS and continued to deliver. So you're witnessing the greatest ever, and I hope you guys all appreciate that.
Please.
You know what? I'm gonna just say it. Bro, you can't retire the game. You can't retire. I can't imagine, like from my perspective, like, I'm 23, bro. Like, I've been watching, you've been there the whole time, so literally it's crazy. Literally weird.
Literally, you can play basketball your whole day.
It doesn't feel weird.
Well, same for Victor as well.
He was drafted before I was born.
No. Me too, man. Damn.
How many more years you gotta play? For you. Because it's up to you, really.
10 more.
What the fuck?
Is 10 more good for you guys?
Hell, man. 10 more years is crazy.
When you stretch it out, bro, for 10 more?
That's gonna be 50. WW podcast. W podcast, man. Be a podcast. Hopefully, it is not copyrighted. WWW, man. WWW, man. You guys like the reaction? Make sure you guys like and comment, subscribe, man. And peace.